Hello my dear students, this is Shilpi Saxena. Welcome to my channel Learning Hub. So today we are going to learn about Google Forms. If you want to conduct online examination, so Google Form is very helpful. So we will start to how to create a question paper, how to conduct it. So first of all you have to open Google. From here there are three methods from where you can open Google Form. First one is you can see here all Google apps appear here. You can see the apps. If you are not able to find Google Forms here, you can see Google Docs is there, Sheet is there. If you are not able to find Google Form, you can go to Drive, Google Drive, this one, and then from here you can go to My Drive and More, then New Google Form, and then blank form or from a template. This is the second method. And third method is, if you don't want to go to Drive, simply go to google.com, that is the search engine. After that type Google Forms, then the first link you can see, Google Forms free online service. Click here. So after this you can click on Google Forms, go to Google Forms. So here you can see different templates are there. Templates are basically predefined designs. So you can select whatever template you want. I'm going for assessment template. So you can see this template is open. Here whatever assessment you want to do, write the name of assessment. Suppose I want to create UT1 of computer science. I'll write, and now this details, I don't want details, so I'll not write it. After that, name. This is a field short answer, so name should be mandatory. You can see here that the red color star was there. It means it's a required field. If you don't want name, you can switch it off, but I prefer entering name because it should be mandatory field. Now email, I don't feel like including email, so I'll delete this. Then starting with the quiz questions, the optional description you want, suppose I am writing all questions are compulsory. After that I'll begin with my first question. Suppose the first question, printer is an device. Now the first option is input, second is output, third one is memory, fourth one is suppose none of these. After this, enter the answer, click on answer key. Whatever correct answer is, suppose this is the correct answer, you have to click here output and then assign the points, whatever points you want to assign, 1 mark or 2 mark, and then click on done. The benefit of entering answer is, at the time the student will submit your form, at that time you don't have to manually check it. According to the answer which you have fed, the answers will be cross-checked and it will be easy for you to assess. Second question, suppose I am writing so again, now I want, see here only this line is changed. So if I want, I can, rather than typing this again, I can create a duplicate of this. Now here I will simply change keyboard. Now I will not have to type all this again, only duplicate question I have created. After this, suppose I want to keep only two questions, this question is suppose wrong, so we can delete it. Secondly, you have to see that this should not be required. If you will mark it as required, in that case, if by chance a student does not attempt it, in that case he or she will not be able to submit form, and it will be mandatory for them to attempt this question. Now I don't want title. This is not at all needed. You can delete it. Then again, this is also not needed. Last description, please delete this. It is also not needed. Then third question, I don't need third question. Suppose in my form I want only two questions to be there. So this is done. After doing this, you have to go to settings. Three options are there: general, presentation and quizzes. First of all, we'll start with general. If we will click on collect email addresses, so it will ask all the students to first of all log in, and then only it will accept the response. Secondly, limit to one response means student will be able to accept only submit the form only once. This we need. But if we will check it, means if it is mandatory for student to submit only one response, in that case they have to sign in, means they have to sign in to Google account, then only this will work. If we will uncheck it, without signing only, students will be able to attempt the paper, means they will be able to access the form. So uncheck it. Third thing is respondents can edit after submit. Uncheck it because we don't want them to edit it. And second, see summary chart and text responses. This also should be unchecked. Now come to presentation. All these should be unchecked. We don't need progress bar. We shuffle question. If you want to shuffle the questions for all the participants, you can click it. It's good. If you are clicking here, then show link to submit another response. We don't want any other response. Confirmation message, by default your response has been recorded will be shown. If you want, you can change it, means you can make it thank you. Then come to the third tab, that is quizzes. First of all, by default this is unchecked, just click it. Now immediately after submission, we don't want to show the grade after submission, so click on later after manual review. Most important thing, respondent can see missed question, uncheck it. Correct answer, unchecked it. Point values, uncheck it. Because if you will not uncheck it, what will happen? Students will attempt the answer and they will be able to see the answer then and there. And it is possible that they will correct it and send it again. So please make sure that these are unchecked and later this is checked. This is the most important point of using forms. Now save it. Now settings is done. Third thing is, if you want to change the color, you can click here palette, and whatever color you feel like, you can theme color you can choose. You can choose background color also, font style, whatever font style you want italic, so many font styles are there, playful, whatever font style you want, you can change the font style. Then the next important thing is, suppose you are writing question, entering question, you can go for multiple choice questions, check boxes, drop down. See here, multiple choice question, if I feel that a question can have multiple option, go for check boxes. If you feel that question have only one option, then go for multiple choice. You can also write short answer or paragraph, but today I'm going to concentrate on multiple choice and check boxes only. Here we can insert a image also. Suppose I want to insert an image of any device or any other, suppose program only, I want to insert a picture of program. Click on add image, then browse the image, wherever image is there, Google Drive, Google image search, photos, wherever your image is, whatever image you have to just browse it and click on insert. wherever you, suppose first of all you have to download the image, and then only you will be able to insert the, or you can browse it if you have pre-saved image. Suppose I must be having on my desktop. Right now I have image. Suppose this is the image we want. So you have to click here, it will start loading, and whatever image is there we can insert the image. At this point of time I don't want, so I am closing it. This is the only demonstration that how you can insert the image. When you will insert the image, it will come just next to the question. If you want, you can add a video also. Then if you feel, you can give section division also. Suppose I want to keep 5 questions of 1 marker and 10 questions of 2 markers. So I'll just start a new section, that is untitled section. Suppose I'm writing here section B. This image, I don't want this image, is inserted. Delete this image, I don't want. So after this section B, here I have inserted image section. Similarly, you can insert section wherever you feel like. So in this way you can create a form. Once you are done with it, the most important thing is timer. You want if you want to limit your form, that submission of form should be done at a particular time. In that case, there are different add-ons available in forms. So you have to click here, 3 dots are there, and click on add-ons. From here you can search for form limiter. Form limiter, see, it is install is written because I have already installed it. Once you are if you have not installed, it will show install. When you will click on it, it will slowly install, and once it is done, you can see this icon. This is the icon which you can see when add-on is added. So to give ending time, you will click on this add-on, form limiter, set limit. You can see a window will open here. From here you will allot the time at which submission is needed. So suppose I want to give tomorrow's date 21, select time. So I want it to be submitted by 12:30 p.m. It's p.m. and then 30. This is hour area, this is minutes area, and click on set, save and enable. Now after this particular date and time, the students will not be able to submit the form. So you can share the form at the time. You can just, if your exam is of 30 minutes, in that case you have to share it by 12 o'clock, so that by 12:30 they should be able to submit it. So in this way we can set the time. Now once it is done, now suppose students are sending the responses. So if you want to see the response, so I already conducted a class test. So this, I'll open it. Suppose this is the test. So this was the test which I conducted. So I received 13 responses. You can see here. So the first one is summary, means on an average. See you can see the summary in pictorial form, that is in form of chart. The second thing is each and every question is assessed. See, according to the students, I got the feedback. Then the third, the most important thing is individual. Now you want to see your grade sheet. In that case, you can click here, view responses and sheets. Then you can see a Google sheet will open. You can see here the time of submission, date of submission, time of submission, score, the name of students, then questions. I gave 5 questions. So whatever the correct answer was and whatever students selected. So you, in this way you can, this result, this report is easily generated directly. You don't have to check it manually. So this, in this way you can use form to create an assessment. Now one last thing, if you want to rename your form, you can see here the name is written. You can write any name, UT1 computer science. In this way you can rename your form so that you can identify different forms. So I hope you understood the concepts of form. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, hit the bell icon, don't forget to share. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.